Independent jewelry maker.
Yes, and custom mask maker.
That's how you pay your
And,
bills?
Um, no, not really.
How do you pay your bills?
I have some nice guy friends, but they're not trying to marry me.
So it's different male friends that pay your bills?
Yeah,
You have sex with those guys?
not all of them.
How many different male friends pay your bills?
At least three.
Here's my opinion on why you should sleep with a guy on the first date. Because a guy's already made up his mind if he's as soon as he sees you, whether you're going to be like something for the long term or whether he's just going to sleep with you and dump you. So
Welcome to the S.Banks and the JD Network podcast. I'm your host, S. Banks, and I'm joined with my co-host,
JD Network.
and we got some great topics for you today. First topic is, well, it's a video. We've got 3 videos. Let me say that. So we got 3 videos for you today. And one of the videos, in my opinion, the woman's making a fool of herself. So I'd say this is how modern women make a fool out of themselves. We also got another clip talking about, what was the clip about?
It is about sleeping with
Yeah.
a guy on a first date.
Yeah.
With men on a first date.
And some of our opinions might rub some of you the wrong way, but we're gonna say it anyway. And
Damn right.
we got our next video, but we're not gonna spoil it too much for you. But yeah, so we got 3 videos for you today. We're gonna play them back to back. I'm not gonna comment until after the videos, and then we will come back. But do you have anything to add before we play those videos?
Let's get right in there.
Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe.
Yep.
But anyways, without further delay, here's clip number 1.
Shakira,
Shakira, where you calling from? California? What part?
Oakland,
Where?
Oakland.
Oakland, California. How old are you?
Where Too Short and Keisha Cole from? I'm 38,
38.
and I'm single
And you're single.
with an 11-year-old. I have an 11-year-old son.
11-year-old son. What do you do for a living, Shakira?
I am an independent jewelry maker.
Independent jewelry maker.
Yes, and custom mask maker.
That's how you pay your bills?
Um, no, not really.
How do you pay your bills?
I have some nice guy friends, but they're not trying to marry me.
So it's different male friends that pay your bills?
Yeah,
You have sex with those guys?
not all of them.
How many different male friends pay your bills?
At least 3.
Okay. So you have 3 different guys that are paying for the home that you live in, and you want to meet a new guy to take you seriously?
Yeah, because I don't feel like they're gonna be around forever.
Okay, that's true. They probably won't be around forever. But why in the hell would a man date you when you got 3 different men paying your bills?
They don't live there. They don't come to my house.
It's not about living there. There's 3 different men that are taking care of you. So if I am a guy that has anything to offer, if I'm a guy with a great job, good looking, treat you well, not just want to have sex with you, why would I want to be with a woman that can't take care of herself and 3 other men, not even men you have children with, because then that would be like maybe a child support, that would be explainable. Why would that guy
That's
sign
true.
up to date you?
Because I'm almost done with college and I'll be a lawyer and I'll have something to bring to the table. And I can let them go.
Okay. I mean, I want to be gender neutral when I'm on this show. And if you were a guy that was saying all this stuff to me, I would say the same exact thing I just said. There's no room for a decent man to be in your life.
But they don't have time for me.
Listen,
The other
you're
3
right.
guys.
You're right. But at the end of the day, these men you are, until you get it together, you're blocking your blessing for a quality man. No quality man would date you knowing that there's 3 other guys paying your bills. Like, you can't even take care of yourself.
But what do I do until I'm done with college?
Girl, I'm not a psychiatrist. I don't know what to tell you could do. I'm just trying to tell you. I mean, look, let me keep asking you some questions.
Okay, that was the end of clip number 1. And let me just add, man, shout out to Kendra G.
Yeah.
She does her thing on Instagram and Facebook. And this is from Kendra G Singles. This is the things that come out of modern day women's mouth, the delusion. And this is the new normal. They don't see a problem with this.
Nope.
What's your thoughts as a female? Where do you stand on this?
First of all, we have to address the elephant in the room.
What's that?
And that was the stupid wig she had on her head.
Some may argue you down.
Maybe, but I just think it looks really ridiculous.
Fashion. Stylist.
Fashion. Okay.
Fashionista.
Whatever. Everyone has their own opinion, I guess. What do I think? Well, first of all, she's a single mother to 1 son. She's 38, so she's, hitting the wall stage.
Hitting the wall stage. Okay.
Or she's hit the wall already.
In the words of Kevin Samuels, she's in no man's land.
Yeah.
But go on anyway.
Dun, 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 dun. Whatever the sound is.
Anyways.
So yes, so she's got 3 men.
Yeah.
So she said at least 3 men, so clearly more.
You got a triple or double that.
Paying her house bills. And she wants to find a man to step in to do what exactly? You have multiple guys in your
rotation.
There you go. In your rotation. Like, I don't believe she will let them go like that, because she's depending on these men to pay her bills. So one's probably giving her a certain amount, one's giving her a certain amount, one's doing certain things for her. Each of them are doing certain things for her. So she needs them to pretty much to live. So if she gets rid of them, like she said, she'll dash them away. Yeah, no, I don't believe that. Because if you do not have a stable job in order to pay your own bills, and you're relying on multiple men to do that, why would she kick them to the curb? She wouldn't. She's not going to.
I'll say, look, no shade, but for me, she's average at best. And you need to understand that your SMV, and for those who don't know what SMV is sexual market value. And I think a lot of women overvalue themselves. Like, they believe as they get older and they're more experienced that they're more used, and they think that they're a better product. They repackage themselves as a better product because they got more skills now. But 23-year-old you is different to 33-year-old you.
Yeah.
28-year-old you is different to 38-year-old you. And on top of that, you have a child. And let me add this part. Now, we have headphones in and we can listen to that. Now, I don't know who it was, but I heard someone in the background say, when Kendra G asked her, are you sleeping with those men? Someone said, liar. They said something like that.
What they said was, so Kendra G asked her, are you sleeping with all the men that's paying your bills? She said, she paused and then said some of them. The person in the background, who I actually believe is her son, said, you can lie.
Yeah.
That's what she said.
They said something.
The person said, you can lie.
Yeah. And for me, it's like, you got dudes that you're dealing with, you're average at best, and I'm being nice. And I'm not even trying to cook this woman. I'm being nice. I'm being this, whatever. Maybe you catch me on a good day. But I'm just saying you're average at best, and you're saying that you want a good dude, because all women want a certain kind of man, and a high value man. So a dude that's worked on himself spiritually, financially, mentally, emotionally, he's done the work. You haven't even done the work, but you expect this man to come and take you and your baggage on. What do you think about that?
Well, she's clearly made poor choices and poor decisions throughout her life, throughout her 38 years of living. She clearly hasn't really learnt much from it because she wouldn't be in the position that she's in. Things happen in regards to maybe relationships with her child's father, so why they're not together.
I was actually going to bring that up next, but continue. I'll add.
Yeah, so sometimes things don't go to plan, how you want it to, how you expected it to in some situations, and unfortunately it dissolved and whatever, you're a single mother. But being a single mother and having these multiple men, it's like, what are you teaching your son?
Okay, what you're teaching your son is what you're teaching your son. But imagine she had a daughter.
I know.
And the thing is this, right? What I'm saying now, women of a certain age are going to look at me and say, how dare you? Because I'm going to say, as you get older, your S&V goes down. Women that are above 35, or let me say over 25, they realize I'm not getting the same kind of guys that I once got.
Yeah.
I'm rubbing them the wrong way right now. But it's the truth though, because I say this, the men that you want, or the men you say you want, do you even know what those men want?
No.
They don't. They just go into, well, I feel. That means when a woman, fellas, everybody, when a woman goes, I feel, this means all rationale, all logic has gone out the window. No matter what facts and data to prove your point you bring to the table, she can't hear that. Now, let's look at it like this. Speaking on facts and stats, right? Our women is the least to get married, but the quickest to divorce.
That's true.
So then if you're a mother and you're a single mother, that equals to you've been married once. So if you're the quickest to leave, you're leaving because, oh, I just wasn't happy. And it's something that you easily could have just fixed. I get there's some extreme cases where, listen, she got to go. But I've heard many women say, oh, the dude was a clown. He's eating he's all kind of this and that, right? For 10 years. Oh, what's your longest relationship? Oh, 10 years. Oh, it was all him. So you stayed in a relationship for 10 years knowing that this dude was all bad and it wasn't you. I got to question your understanding of life, because it's all about self-reflection.
Yep.
And that's what I'm saying. So she's already had a divorce, i.e. the baby father, he's not around. She clearly hasn't learned. And then she throws on top of it, she can't take care of herself. And she's 38 years old, right? And a lot of us in our community have arrested development.
Yes, that's very true. A lot of us do have arrested development. Some people know that they do and try to fix it. Some people don't know that that's what they have.
Yeah.
And so I guess they just continue living life that way.
Yeah.
She mentioned that the 3 guys that are looking after her pretty much, that they have no time for her. And yeah, basically they don't have time for her.
They do have time for a slow Tuesday.
Yeah, but she obviously, for whatever reason, is seeing it as something else. It is what it is. You're not their girl. You're not their woman. She mentioned how they don't come to the house. Then you know the arrangement. You probably leave your house to go meet them, do your thing and get a little pee for it. So
then what she's doing is she's doing what they call the oldest profession in the book, selling her body. Women are doing it nowadays on OnlyFans. I ain't knocking. I'm just saying, if it swims like a duck, it's a duck, right? That's all I'm saying. But my thing is this: where do these women learn this behavior from? Where do you think they learn it from?
Well, we know that they've got to learn it from somewhere. I can't just conjure it up in their brain or whatever. I'm going to say from their parents. Or let's just put it out there, from their mother Or
So they
their
learn it from their women, because if 80% of black households are single mothers and the fathers are non-existent, it's the mothers that are raising them, right?
So they learn it from their mum.
They have to be learning it from the women, their aunties, and their aunties put batteries in their back, and then they tell them, "Oh, like how are women? How modern women today approach relationships is like this. They say these kind of things like what she was saying and make a fool out of themselves, or if they're more rational, they say things that might sound okay, kind of balanced, but it still doesn't make any sense. They approach relationships with one foot in and one foot out.
Yep.
We the only culture that does that.
That's true.
And I'm not saying white women don't do certain things, because they're next in line to be the lowest to be married, right? But then at least those white women, first of all, we're in the West, right? We're in the UK. So what's it? Black people, what, 3% of the UK? So there's more of them than us.
Yeah.
But how come we're getting divorced and we're not staying in relationships more than them when there's less of us? And it's our women that's walking away. So then if our young women are having this kind of mindset and they come from single parent households, we're now seeing from a single parent household, it doesn't work so great.
Yeah.
I'm just saying. Put in the comments, what's your thoughts?
Well, it's true.
What do you think? What else do you want to add?
I know that the multiple conversations we've had or podcasts we've done has definitely rubbed people up the wrong way. But one thing you need to understand is you have to separate things. So separate your feelings.
Well, I feel my logic's has gone out the window.
Yeah, you need to separate it. So some things that even we talk about, I don't even like.
Yeah.
Some things I don't like. And it's like, it's a shame it had to be that way.
It's called self-reflection.
But I have to ask the question, is it true?
Yeah.
So then I have to be honest to myself first. Is it true? So that's just the case. And with this lady, she unfortunately hasn't learned her lesson, because she's still, she's had 38 years on this.
But check it like this, right? Let me paint a picture then. So ladies, this is the question for you, right? This is something I just thought off the top of my head. You have a son, good dude, scrub up clean, handsome, swag, doing his thing. He's 25 years old. He ain't got no kids. Then he meets a woman that's 25, just like him. She has a child. She basically 25-year-old version of this woman now. Do you say, and this your son brings this woman home?
Yeah.
Do you accept this woman, or do you say, son, you can do better? Keep it 100. Keep it 100.
For me to answer that question personally, that's gonna be no. And
why? Why?
Because first of all, look, there's many women in this world. There's more women than men. So as a boy, it's not fair to women. Obviously, there's more women in the world. But as a boy or a man, you have more options. So why settle for the one that has baggage already? Yeah. So then you have to deal with this child, and you may not get along with the child. Then on top of it, you have to deal with the baby father. Once in the blue moon, the man can actually get on with the father. Yeah. But majority of the time, that's not the case.
But
there's always some problems.
But he doesn't have kids.
Exactly.
Why do all of that?
Exactly. Why? Just find a woman that has no children, and you have kids together, and you build a family community, and you build each other up. Yeah. I wouldn't advise him and say, yeah, son, go along with this girl.
But a lot of women that were single mothers are going to say, what's wrong with that? Because they're judging it from their standards and how they are. And really and truly, like, a lot of women are going to be disingenuous.
Yes. But that's why I said separate your feelings from the conversation.
Well, I feel logic has gone out the window.
It has with many things we talk about.
I'm just saying, man. Like, look at like this, man. When this is the last thing I'm going to say on this. When a guy says to a woman, what do you bring to the table? Women often take that as offensively, right?
Yeah.
But if a guy, when I meet a woman, if I see a woman, the attraction. If the attraction's there, I approach, whatever, right? But then if I'm seeing it, if men are seeing it more than just bedroom fun, they're gonna say, what do you bring to the table? This is their way of screening you to say, okay, other than your vagina, what can, you know, how we going, you know? It's like a business in a sense, right? Well, how are we gonna connect? What we're gonna do? And a lot of women find that offensive because the truth be told, they don't bring nothing to the table. They don't bring that to the table. It's
the same way if a woman wants to go on a date, a first date with a guy, and you're finding things out about him. Let's be honest, a lot of women have a list of the criterias, the do's and the don'ts, what they want, what they don't want, right? The pros and the cons. So the same way a female would be like, oh, how much do you earn?
Yeah.
Do you do this? Are you chivalrous? Do you agree on paying all the bills? Are you 50-50 guy?
So it's okay for her to have her preferences and her standards, but when men have theirs, it's just not okay.
Allowed. Yeah.
Okay, cool.
But whatever.
But yeah, that was our thoughts, and I don't know if you add anything else on that, but I'm happy to move to number 2.
We can just move to number 2.
All right, cool. What we're gonna do is we're gonna play clip number 2. Again, I'm not even gonna comment till after. You get my thoughts after. But without further delay, here's clip number 2.
Here's my opinion on why you should sleep with a guy on the first date. Because a guy's already made up his mind as soon as he sees you, whether you're going to be like something for the long term or whether he's just going to sleep with you and dump you. So what doesn't matter how many dates you wait, he's still going to do the same thing. He won't change his mind. So why waste your time going like 3 dates only for him to do it then? You've probably drawn a connection with him by then, and then you get like really upset. Or you just shag him on the first date, and then you just know. And you both had a good time, and yeah. So I am going on a date tonight, so we'll see how that one goes.
Okay, that was the end of clip number 2. First thing I'll say is I'll ask the question then, because the question's up in the air anyway, but I'll ask it. Ladies, should you sleep with a guy on the first date? Put in the comments if you've done this before. Is the young lady right? Fellas, I already know you down.
Yeah.
I don't even need to ask you anything. What do you want to add on that?
Well, she sounds like she knows a lot about sleeping with guys on the first date.
Yeah.
One night stands, you know. It seems like she knows quite a bit about that. For me, she clearly doesn't screen and vet men, because she mentioned about the guy puts you in a certain category as soon as they meet you. And she clearly meets guys. She's single and she's going on a date. So she clearly meets guys that's on a hit and quit it type thing, right? So the category he's put her in is a hit and quit category.
Why did he do that?
Because he can clearly see.
That's how she led.
Exactly. It's on her. It's not on the guy.
Right? Let me say this right. Why lie? Why is she fronting, man? Clearly, you want to have your cake and eat it.
Yeah.
You just don't want to be called a garden tool for doing that. Now, you can justify it all you like. You can chop it, slice it, dice it, whichever way you want. But a lot of women try to front. And if you find a guy attractive and you want to smash, do it. Don't justify it by saying, well, it's the man's fault to why I slept with you on the first day. Fellas, let me give you a bit of free game, man. More than 95% of the time, when you smash a woman, it's not because your skills got her into bed. It's because she put herself in that position for that to happen. As long as you shut the F up and you don't F up the whole thing. That's the truth. Because a lot of guys be like, oh, my skills, man. I'm dope. I got some skills, man. I got her into bed, man. My lyrics. Nah. But the woman allows you. She puts you in that state where you believe you got power. Your skills got her into bed, man. Nah. She put herself in that position. Like, look, I've had chicks where they try to pull a fast one, try to wear granny knickers and them thing there. Oh, I didn't know, because they want to throw me off the scent, right? I didn't know that we was going to do this. Yeah, right. You put yourself in that position. Women will go above and beyond to give you the bait and switch and to prove to you, sell you the chameleon. So they show you one face. Then before you know it, they show you another face. So she's fronting right here.
Women know whether they're gonna beat a guy or not. From the first time they see them. The same way men, just like she said, put women in a category, if that's how it goes for guys.
But how do men put women in categories?
That's her opinion. I'm just saying, if that's how it goes, then okay.
No, so I'm asking you the question. So how do you think men put women in categories? You meet a woman, wherever you meet her, supermarket. Let's see, for example, let's give a scenario. So a dude meets a woman at the supermarket, go from there. How do I know? I'm sure. Okay, before we go on that date, we must have. Okay, so we met in the supermarket. We chopped up a little bit, talking on the phone, text messages, time to date. Prior to that date, as a dude, I must have screened and vet you. You must have. I'm obviously tested. Obviously, I'm finding you attractive, but I'm testing your character to see if I can explore you more than bedroom fun. That's why I ask women, what do you bring to the table? Like, do you like kids? I'm seeing if you align with me on the things that I want to do. But with her, she's just saying meet on a first date, and it seems to me you're not really doing much talking because you don't want to. You just want to smash.
Exactly. She knows exactly what she wants to do with that guy. So she'll go on a date. She would be like, okay, do I like him? Do I fancy him? And it's like, yeah, I would beat. Or some situations it's like, nah, I don't know about that. So we know who we're gonna be or who we're not gonna be. For the guy, I would assume that it's kind of the same, but men, you know, you lot can be just mess around with anything, just as long as you.
But let me say this, right? Okay, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. But let me say this: women don't just sleep with anybody. They make rules for betas and break rules for alphas. So she might be saying, "Oh, I meet a guy and I sleep with him on the first date." Not any guy. So she's being disingenuous to even what she's saying. "Oh, I've got a date tonight." So do you think she just mean every single dude that she matches up with and smashing? No, she ain't. She's picking the alpha dudes, the ones that stand out to her, and she's using the other beta male orbiters for free non-sexual attention. That's what she's doing. So she can front all she like.
She can front all she likes.
Yeah.
I would say, well, have a conversation with the person. At least from doing that, you can figure out whether you're on the same page or not. So if it's a thing of, it's just a beat thing with this person, and the other person's like, yeah, it's just kind of, you know, then you know what it is. If it's a thing of, I would like more, or to see more of this person, it's not just a beat thing. If we beat, then cool. If we don't, then that's cool too. I like you like that. So I'm hoping that it goes, you know, more than just a beat thing. Not every man is hungry like that for women. So you can have a conversation with someone.
That's why I said to you, she's only trying to holler at particular men.
Yeah.
And for me, women break rules for alphas. She's not sleeping with every single dude. But the thing is this: what happens when it's all over, when the hot girl summer's all over and she hits the wall, the abrupt stop? Boom.
Then it's cat lady season.
She can't pair bond with men. She struggles to do that.
She sounds like she really struggles to do that.
Yeah, because she's had too many. Like, you can sleep with a dude and he leaves you with something, and it might not be a STD or STI. That may not be the case, but there's a spiritual and there's a thing called exchange and transaction. There's a difference between the two. Now, people put in the comments, give me your thoughts on that. But when a woman sleeps with too many men, she can't pair bond later on. So a guy could be a great dude, and wait until you see the next podcast or listen to it that's coming up. You're going to be like, wow. But when a woman sleeps with too many men, she can't pair bond. She struggles to do that. And the women that came before you are not they're not cluing you up.
No, they're not. But you do you can't always put it fully on your parent or whoever you grew up with anyway. Yes, they play a massive part in how you grow up and how you would then live your life, but you have your own choices. You can do what you want. You choose what you do, innit? So she's willing to run up her body count for men who she knows
mileage.
Her mileage.
Oh man.
She's willing to run it up anyway. She knows full well that these guys, they just want to use her holes for some bedroom fun. She knows that it's not gonna be nothing more. Yeah.
But the thing is this, right? What incentive does a man have with that kind of mentality of modern women? He has no. If she's just coming to the table with her vajayjay, and that's her thought process, what incentive does a man have today to settle down in a long-term relationship?
There isn't
much less even get married. People, put in the comments, what do you think?
Do that.
Yeah.
We would like to know your thoughts on from this clip and the first clip we've already played as well.
Because many women F up, they go through the motions, then turn around and say,
oh, nah, she wants to cash out.
Yeah, when it's too late. When your old wrinkly things are starting to sag, your skin is starting to sag, everything is sagging, and now you want to find a guy. Yeah, it's time to just settle down, have children and stuff. It's like, ma'am, you're 46 years old. What child are you having? What man are you finding?
They want to find the sucker, the insurance policy. That's what they want to do.
And 9 times out of 10, they don't find that sucker.
As you get older, you don't get better. Women age like milk, men age like fine wine. Now, I'm not saying that because I'm not saying I'm a dude. Go on.
You know that in the comment section they're gonna blow you up for saying that.
Do that. Give me your thoughts, man. Like you can. It's the truth. Men in the beginning, women get it all.
We do.
Men get it later on.
Yeah,
that's how it works. We're kind of the opposite of each other in that sense.
Yep.
So I know. If I don't put work in, I can't get no women. You know, just being a female showing up
is enough. Yeah.
So you're always, no matter the age, you're always going to get dudes that want to slide in your DMs.
Yep.
You're always going to get men that want to smash.
See, the thing is, although I agreed with you there, I don't disagree with you, by the way. I'm just saying for the people who are listening and want to blow up in the comments, is like, I am a female, so I do have feelings too, So when we say certain things, like what you just said, we age like milk. I don't like that. I don't like to know that I age like milk, So I'm just declining the older I get. Where you lot, you don't necessarily decline. Obviously, you're getting older, but you don't necessarily decline like that. It's very different. Yeah. I have to accept what it is. It's pointless being like, no, that's not true, being ignorant. What's the point in that? You ain't going to win doing that. So
they're going to call you a pick-me.
Whatever. As much as I don't like the sound of that, because I'm sure many women don't, I have to be honest and say, is it true? And it's true. Well, that's just how it is.
Either way, people put in the comments, what do you think? Are you sleeping with a guy on the first date? Have you ever done this before? Fellas, you ever beat a thing on the first date and don't lie? You know, men try to lie. Of course I did. They ain't beat nothing. Whatever. But anyways, man, that's my thoughts on it. Do you have anything more to add before we play the final clip? And then we're going to close out.
The last thing I'll say is she said at the end that she has a date tonight. So
she had to tell us that.
Yeah. So we know the ending result in that.
Yeah.
A smash and dash.
It's going to be.
Oh, nah, she wants to cash out.
Later on in life. It is what it is.
Well, you do you, boo.
Exactly. She can have that thought process of who gonna check who.
Innit?
Or whatever. Anyways, that's our thoughts on that clip. We're going to play the final clip for today. Then we'll come back, have that conversation. So anyways, here's clip number 3.
I had a friend like recently, she was talking about like this guy that we both know, and this guy kind of liked her or whatever, and she was like, he's okay, like blah blah blah, but like he's broke. And I was like, what do you mean he's broke? And she was like, yeah, like he's just broke. And I was like, I don't think he's broke, I just don't think he's like, he doesn't have like scammer drug dealer money. And she's like, okay, yeah, like maybe you're right. So I was like, okay, so are we becoming so like friends do this, or like women that I know do this, right? They get into this kind of mindset that they start to date men who can provide, and then they start looking at men who I would never call broke, but just, you know, they
are not in that.
They make an honest living. Yeah, they're not in that tax bracket, but they still make an honest living, and they look at them as broke. Like to some women, not all, to some women, those men have become the new, air quotations, broke men.
Inflation is killing relationships, right?
That's
relationship inflation.
Yes,
that's
it's
what we're
relationship inflation. That is literally it. Like, no, thank you. It's literally relationship inflation. And then they start looking at men who are in maybe a lower tax bracket as broke, but they're nowhere near broke. They're just not making thousands of dollars a week, or they
don't have thousands to spend on like frivolous, activities. Like,
if you ever do get to that place where you're dating men who have more financial freedom, how it can be a little difficult to navigate the dating space moving forward if you and that man don't work out. Do you see what I mean? Because even like now, I'm not saying my expectations are, you have to buy me gifts and fly me here and fly me there, but
after you've had some of
that, you kind of like, I'm kind of like, I liked the way that worked out, and maybe my love language is changing a little bit, and maybe I don't, I kind of want to continue messing with men in that tax bracket, but
I kind of like it here.
Yeah, like it's literally like I like it here.
It reminds me of a joke that Chris Rock has famously said. He says that men can't go backwards sexually and women can't go backwards in lifestyle, meaning that once a man has, a certain sexual experience of the relationship, he kind of makes that his standard, and when
he gets the throat goat.
Yeah, when he meets the throat goat, it's
the
like,
ball
all right,
juggler.
Only throat goats from here on out. He'll say, once a woman will be with a guy that has a car, or has his own place. It's like, hey, I can't fuck with a dude that doesn't have that anymore, which, both of us, like men and women, would get killed for. But I think there's logic in that. Like, that does make sense.
Yeah.
Okay, end of that clip.
Yeah.
People put in the comments, what's your thoughts, man? Ladies, if you be with a certain kind of guy, can you go back? Can you wear the rewind, man? Can you go back to what you used to? Let me say this, man. I think a lot of men get misconstrued between a woman that's a gold digger and hypergamy, or hypergamy as it's called. And what hypergamy is a woman's basic ability to date up and across for her survival. So women try to seek out the best viable options for her survival. It's just how they're hardwired. Yeah. And I think a lot of men that's not on their grind or not in the positions that they want to be, when a woman says, no, I can't deal with you, they get upset by that and call her a gold digger.
Yeah, or they don't understand female nature.
Yeah, because those dudes want to smash, and that woman wants a relationship. And there's such a high risk in women smashing because she can get pregnant and body counts and all of those things. And it basically stops her from getting to where she wants to be higher up from a survival perspective, right? So a lot of men get that concept, wrong. They get it misconstrued. Yep. So there is hypergamy, but there are women that are gold diggers.
Yep.
And they believe in things of an external value.
Yeah, definitely.
But I hear what she's saying. So if a woman dates celebrities, athletes, dudes with so much affluence, they got social pull, they're that guy.
Yeah.
She can't go back. Oh, it's very hard to do that. I'm not saying this is impossible.
Some women do, but it's unlikely.
But it's hard to do that. So ladies, put in the comments.
Yeah.
Can you do that? And don't forget to like, share and subscribe. What's your thoughts?
I would say a lot of women want to live that fast lifestyle, getting that money.
You mean luxurious lifestyle?
Popping champagne, champagne lifestyle. Toot toot. No, I need a man making mad cake. I need a baller, 500,000 and upwards.
Yeah.
Nothing less. They want men that can have crazy amounts of money. Some women, obviously not all.
Yeah. No. All women want that high value men.
We do.
I'd say 90% of women want that high value men.
but there's a realistic factor in there as well.
No, you're talking rationally. Most women,
Okay. Yeah.
most women want a dude higher than them.
Yes.
Just like a woman doesn't want a dude the same height as her.
No.
She wants a dude she would always say, at least, even if I don't want a 6 foot tall
Has
man,
to be taller than
has to
me.
be taller than me at
Yeah.
least. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
No woman wants 50-50.
No.
They can say they want 50-50 for control, but
Yeah.
they don't want a mat 50-50. Stop lying.
It's true.
Stop lying. Like, keep it 100, innit? So I understand when a woman dates a certain caliber of man, she can't go back.
No.
But do you qualify? That's the question now.
Thank you. Do you qualify? And I did write in my notes somewhere in regards to that. Don't know if I can find it right now, but
Don't.
I can't.
A lot of
I
women,
don't know where it is because I've written
Okay,
a
I'll
whole
say
load
this
of
though,
notes.
right?
But
a lot of women do not qualify for what they say they want.
yeah,
They just bring no substance and a vagina to the table.
Yeah.
And it's all good. A man want that. You could be my slow Tuesday or my side chick. I'm not going to wifey you and be committed to you.
yeah.
Because all you bring is vajayjay.
But that's where they go wrong though, because they think all I need to bring is my vajayjay to the table. That's all I need to bring, my beauty and vajayjay
Yeah.
and my body. And the guy's gonna
So
just
that's it, your
whip
body.
me up. That's it. Just that's it. But a lot of guys, okay, men that are making crazy amounts of money, they would like those sort of women for, like you said, a slow Tuesday.
Yeah.
When I want to get my thing wet.
She might
But-
be a hot chick, but you're still a slow Tuesday.
Yes. But he's not going to wifey women like that. He wants a woman that has standards that can offer more than just their coochie.
Yeah, because men, those kind of men look out for legacy. And my problem is this, look. I don't have a problem with women having a preference and standards. I just don't like when society shames men for having their standards.
Yeah.
You know, because she could say, I want a high value dude making 6 figures, 6-pack, fast car. He can be that guy. And I don't have a problem with that. That's your preference. You can say what complexion dude you want, what background, yada, yada, yada. You can do that. That's fine. We're all different. We like what we like. And I don't knock you for that. I just don't like when society says, oh, if I say I want a woman to be youthful, fertility, and I want her to be in shape. I want to be a certain complexion. I want yada, yada, yada. How dare you? And then they put the sign language out there and then sign language is for men to lower their standards, to not have any.
Yeah.
And that's what I think is unfair.
That's true. They want men to have zero standards. So then they don't
Accept me as I am.
Yes, they don't need to do any form of work to work up to getting this guy. Is that just take me as I am. This is who I am. Love me for however I look and however I act right now. Where that's not how it goes. So a lot of women are very delusional and they live in fantasy land. You know,
Yeah.
they bought into the fairy tales.
Yeah.
And it's not real. It's fairy tales.
Yeah, because there's theory and there's practicality in it. So I get what you're saying.
So, as you were saying, I think a bit earlier when you were saying in regards to why would a man like choose you when you just bring coochie?
Every woman on the planet has a coochie. Maybe not all have a coochie that's viable and access to, but most women have a coochie.
Yeah.
So then they're no special model.
No.
And that's what I'm saying.
Yes. How do you? A lot of women don't qualify for these 6-figure guys.
No.
A lot of women don't actually qualify for like a £70,000, 70,000 a year type of guy.
Because they misquote themselves.
Exactly. By far. You see when you're looking for insurance and you try to find the cheapest deal.
Yeah, money supermarket and all them things.
I'm just
Confused.com. Oh, they're confused.
They are very much confused and they value their self way too high and they're not being realistic. And it's like, what qualities are you going to bring to the table other than your coochie? And a lot of women, they can't bring nothing else, just like we done a podcast before. And a woman came to the realization, I'm sure a lot of people saw it. I think maybe, I don't know if it went viral, not sure, but I'm sure quite a lot of people have seen it, but she realized in that moment when she was recording that she has nothing to bring to the table. All she can bring is coochie.
Okay. We should tag that video. I can't remember the name of it.
All she can bring is coochie.
Yeah.
And she can't bring anything else. But that was from, she went on a date and the guy asked her, what do you bring to the table?
Yeah, how can you
and
benefit
it hit
me?
her in that moment of, what do I actually bring to the table?
Yeah,
and she came to that realization that she doesn't bring anything but the cooch.
It was an unflattering truth and a hard pill to swallow.
It was.
Yeah.
But she at least was being honest with herself.
Yeah.
I can't bring anything right now. I'm not in the space for it. I need to fix my mental. I need to fix maybe her finances, whatever else. Maybe she needs counseling. Maybe she needs all sorts of things to fix herself to where she is able to offer something to a man and not just 3 holes, as what's his name said,
in the words of Patrice
O'Neill.
Yeah, but don't get me wrong, man. Men have hypergamy somewhat, right? And explaining men's hypergamy is, for example, if you've been with a woman 20 years and a younger, fresher, more youthful, a woman with more fertility comes along, he's willing to trade that woman up for this new woman that has all these things. And that's a form of men's hypergamy. And that does happen. But I'm saying women exercise hypergamy all the time and they don't get critiqued or chastised for it.
No.
And that's what I think is jacked up. You can say, okay, I want this and I want that. But then by you saying I want certain kinds of men, you're taking at least 80% of men off the table. And most men are average. Most women are average. And there's nothing wrong with that.
No.
But then I think society has conditioned people to believe in this fake lifestyle from social media that doesn't exist. You go on Instagram or TikTok. Oh, I'm living my best life. No, you're living your best lie. It's the truth. So now these women think that, oh, I'm entitled to these kind of men and blah, blah, blah. When they're bypassing men that are viable.
Yeah. They say I can't remember the saying, but a lot of women meet the guy that they were supposed to be with from a long time ago, but you look past him.
Yeah.
You look past him because you didn't think he qualified for you.
Yeah.
Where that's the guy that you were supposed to be with. Because you're hypergamy or whatever you want to call it, you wanted more, better, higher, you didn't see this guy and he was perfect for you. That was your guy. Some people actually meet their guy and break up with them for the next best thing because they thought the grass was greener on the other side. Come to find out that person didn't want you.
It was just
a beat thing.
It wasn't grass, it was AstroTurf.
Exactly. Yes. So I don't know, it's a shame. That's just what happens a lot of the time, to be honest with you.
I'll say this, man, before these will be my last notes because I know the fellas thinking, how do I get around this? Now, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. But how do you reverse a woman's hypergamy against her? Now,
into your favor, yeah.
Fellas want to know that.
Ladies, listen up too.
You can listen. It is what it is. But I read my notes, man. I'm gonna quickly read off some of my notes. So the first thing I've put was you have to be realistic and you have to understand females' nature. This is how they are. Don't be mad at them. It's how nature intended things to be. It's just that society makes women be unrealistic, innit? So that's what it is, right? Second, I'd say, look, with men, we're merit-based. So if you got your ish together, your finances, spiritually, mentally, emotionally, physical, then that puts you in a better dating pool to get women. And this is how it works. This is the kind of men women want. So even if you're that dude and you say, oh, well, I'm a certain height, you got those things together, trust me, she'll bypass. Women make rules for betas and break rules for alphas.
Yeah,
it's just how the cookie crumbles. So that's number 2, right? First thing I put, when you level yourself up, hold on. When you've leveled yourself up to that position, how you use that hypergamy against them is you don't give them monogamy, or you don't give them committed relationships. Why should you? You have options. Keep options of women. That's how you keep a woman on her toes, by the way, right? So then why give that woman commitment? Show her that I've got other options. Keep a rotation. Now, I'll quickly say this. Fellas that don't have money and that are not necessarily merit based, I'll say get your body in shape, get your swag on point, make sure you scrub up clean. So you may not have the money, but then that opens the dating pool to certain kinds of women. So even though you don't have the money and you can't provide her with a luxurious lifestyle, like on boats and yachts and stuff, at least she can say, attractive wise, I'm into this dude, and you can smash. And again, don't give her the commitment. Don't give her like monogamy. No, just keep the rotation. Some dudes, I'll say this, side note, some dudes don't have time for a rotation. But I will say, get on your grind. The best thing I'd say is get on your grind. Make sure that you're leveling up, and that helps you to be on a great path and opens the dating pool for you. That's what I'll say.
I'm sure lots of people are gonna ask, why should men not give women monogamy? So why should men not give women relationships in 2022?
Because okay, we done a video, done a podcast. This is why what was it? Let me see if I brought notes. This is why men are walking away from dating. That's why. Watch that video, and then you'll know why. If you want more information on some skills, then we're gonna put together the Patreon, and I can speak more freely on there. On here, I gotta give you the YouTube friendly version of what I'm trying to say, because I gotta stick to YouTube guidelines. But to me, women have hypergamy. And sometimes you got to use that to your advantage.
Yep.
So I've told you some snippets in what to do. But as I said, I'll put together the Patreon, and I can give you more, free game on that.
Yeah.
But that's my thoughts on it, man. What else do you want to add before we close out?
For the ladies that are serious about getting men, first of all, you need to change your mindset. If you're like these women that we typically speak of.
Yeah.
You need to change your mindset, because that ain't working for you. It's not working for you. Go back on your track record. How you think right now, where has it got you? For a lot of women, it gets you to, now she wants to cash out, cat lady, living alone.
But let me add this, right? You're saying that from a perspective of women. You're saying that to women that are young, that are still getting options. They're not 50, 60 yet. And those 50, 60 year olds are not showing these women that's 25.
So that's why I need to say certain things. I'm not of those old ages,
You're definitely getting backlash. Go on.
Whatever. No one can take a joke. My goodness. Anyway, I'm not.
That was a backhanded joke, but okay.
It was okay.
Underhanded joke.
Fair enough, but I'm not in my 40s or 50s, so it's not like I'm lying. But anyway, a lot of girls, they don't get proper information from their mothers or grandmothers. They have done us wrong, if I'm going to be totally honest. They've done us wrong. So then we need people that know a little something to help the youngers. How else will they learn? They're just going to repeat the same thing their parents did and continue the cycle. Then they say it's what's the saying? Can't think of the saying right now. Oh no, it's gone. I can't think of the saying. But basically, you're repeating the cycle from the elders, right? Generational curse. That's the saying. And is it really a curse?
No, it's your own self doing.
That's what I'm trying to say. So I understand that some girls, they just don't know. They didn't know. Some women have learned certain information when they got older, and it's like, oh, I didn't know that. I wish I knew when I was younger. I would not have made certain mistakes. But I'm saying from learning certain information, then tell the youngers so they don't make the same mistake. But a lot of parents of older ages are selfish, and they don't want to teach the youngers about what to do and what not to do.
That doesn't give the youngers an excuse.
No.
So
you're still
for their BS.
No,
you're still accountable for your own
actions. Exactly. So I'm not saying that part of it. I'm just saying that a lot of the youngers are not taught and not shown certain things. So when I say what I say, it's to help the youngers. The elders, you've made your decision. You've made your choices. You've done what you did. Okay. And some of you can't rectify it. You can't change it. It is what it is. Unfortunately.
There are things that older women can do. But as I said, man, we'll put together the Patreon and we'll speak more about that on there. So if you're serious about changing the direction of your life, you know, we can speak life into you and give you some advice from our perspective. And I definitely think some things we got to say to you, you know, it's going to help you and benefit you as far as moving forward.
Yeah.
But as far as these videos, fellas, reverse the hypergamy. This is the only way forward. We'll tag that video. This is why men are walking away. That's my final thought. What do you want to add?
Ladies, reverse the mindset. Then you get better results.
Yeah, right. I'm out. Peace.
Peace.